This video was called YouTube Villains by Tommy NFG. Shout out Tommy NFG. We literally live 5 minutes away from each other. I'm not gonna tell you what city I live in, but Tommy, hi. I'm gonna react to your video. Let's watch.
Villains.
Right.
Every good story always has to have a villain embedded within the plot. And in
Very
life,
true.
we encounter these villains on the daily, even when we don't want to. Some examples of these villains are your toe versus the side of a coffee table. Twitter.
Oh shit, that is the worth. I said worth. Chat, have you ever had that happen to you? Like you're just walking, then you accidentally stub your toe on the side of like a table, and it just, bruh, that's the worst feeling ever. But I'm pretty sure everybody at least has had that happen once in their life.
Users versus trying not to get triggered over nothing. Sneeko versus himself. Lizzo versus a treadmill. You get the point, okay? And the platform I'm posting this video on is no exception either. So I sat down one day and started to think back on everything that happened. Like I was light yogging me picking up the Death Note in this bitch and regaining all my memories. And I've decided to gather all my expertise and pinpoint what I like to call the Sinister Six of YouTube. These YouTubers are...
I can already kind of, look, before this video even starts, I can kind of just tell who he's gonna talk about. Because these guys are just, like, no matter which era of YouTube you came from or started watching, you already know for a fact who Leafyest here is. You know Keemstar and Rice Gum. I think it's gonna be those three. But hey, I don't know. Because those guys have caused so much mayhem and fucking havoc on YouTube, bro.
Are the most villainous of creatures on this platform that are just universally despised by all. Now let me start off with the most universal one that pretty much no one likes. This is probably the one that about 99% of people watching this, no matter how much they hate me or disagree with me or are biased, won't disagree with. And the person is...
Keemstar.
Keem.
I knew it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Nobody fucking likes Keemstar, bro. He's like the cockroach of YouTube. Every time we try to delete him or try to cancel him, he always comes back. He's done some really fucked up shit, man. I can't really explain because, you know, I don't really want to. But I've been watching YouTube for so long, man. Keemstar has done a lot of annoying stuff.
All him. Keemstar has lived in infamy on the internet before some people were even born. It just feels like no matter when I was on the internet, he was always there in some way, like the boogeyman. Keemstar, as he calls himself on Twitter, is the #1 source for news on the social interactions in online entertainment. AKA just documenting brain dead YouTuber drama. He does all of this on his channel Drama Alert. And although his channel is pretty much just a deserted wasteland now, there was a certain time when he was dropping these bitches every day, and not to a small audience either. People truly forget that Keemstar at a certain point was pulling in
Oh, hell yeah. That was way back in 2015, 17, and 18. And sometimes even 2019. That was his, like, golden era. This man would pull so much views. And I remember at some point there was competition with Scarce. Him and Scarce were competition, and I think Keem and Scarce were friends at some point, but I guess they're cool now. But Keem saw Scarce's competition, so I don't know. They had like a little beef going on with that, but I prefer Scarce over Keemstar all the time. Because Scarce is unbiased, a chill guy. Keemstar is just annoying as fucking obnoxious.
Millions of views on these videos. And honestly, while we're at this topic, I have a confession to you guys. Years ago, I would be sitting on the edge of my seat every day, feet dangling in the air, armpit must filling the room from just excitement
Tommy.
waiting for him to drop a new drama alert. You can't even lie, okay? YouTube drama was at a peak in 2015 to 2019. It was a war zone here before.
Didn't I just say that? I literally just said that. It's how you know I'm hip. That's how you know I'm hip to the whole YouTube sphere.
Before demonetization hit, and basically the only person documenting these things was Keemstar. It was either you watched Keemstar or Scarce at the time, but nothing just beat Keemstar for me. He had a whole goddamn news intro segment, a studio setup that looks like it could be on a professional news source. Like, could you really blame me? It truly felt like CNN, but for useless influencers.
It did.
Like Jake Paul says N-word.
Jake Paul.
Game Theorist versus Rice Gum. Vitaly ZD game.
And we used to eat this shit up, bro. We used to eat it up.
People were just eating this news up. And
oh, what the fuck? Dude, it's like we have the same personality, bro. This is actually insane. What the fuck? We literally just said the same thing.
I was included. And now that I've confessed my sins and repented my mistakes from when I was younger, let me just list all of the suspect's most notable crimes at hand. First off, the Alex incident. This clip, this frame right here is probably more known around the world than the Mona Lisa.
Bro, that's how you know we grew up in the same fucking city, bro. We literally have the same personality. Like, I was literally just talking to him on Discord 2 weeks ago about like some streaming shit. And he actually texted me about like some Omegle stuff that he showed me. But, bro, yeah. That's crazy.
If you don't know this clip for some reason, it's pretty much Keemstar just dropping the full N-word bomb. The context for this, from what I've heard, was due to him having beef with you guessed it, black man. And I'm not gonna go fully into this whole case, but both sides seem like they were pretty wrong. But man, this clip... I honestly gotta thank Keemstar. This is like a piece of internet glory now. Second off, falsely accusing a man of being a pedo. The worst thing...
That's the most freaking legendary Keemstar meme of all time.
You could ever do to someone's reputation is falsely accusing them of something. Even just the word gives me jitters. When a social media influencer is falsely accused, it's GG's for them a lot of times. And for someone like Keemstar, who is a news channel to how bad he did, it's just insane. Keemstar uploaded a drama alert one day that accused a Twitch streamer of being a pedo. And you may be asking, what was Keemstar and his team's evidence that the streamer was linked with the criminal? Because they looked alike. I'm not joking either. This is actually what happened. So
this nigga is retarded. hey, you look like you committed this crime. Go to jail. Right, it's like a dude just commits a crime and then they just grab a random black man on the street. They're like, close enough.
So Keemstar's entire community ended up sending all types of death threats and messages to this innocent old guy who ended up crying on stream because of it, which is just really sad.
Even more sad because Scarce had to help this guy out. Scarce went ahead and, you know, went out his time and link up with him in real life and streamed with him and did charity streams and shit. Unfortunately, the guy died, I think, a year or a couple months ago due to fucking terminal cancer. But it was sad, man. Very sad.
An old guy crying. That'll make anyone sad. Keemstar did apologize for it, but it's always going to be a permanent stain on his record. And last off, Etika. A lot of people along the dick riding of Keemstar's career were fighting tooth and nail on their backs to stay with him. But after the whole Etika situation, it just put the nail in his coffin. If you don't know, Etika was a big streamer that would mainly be known for streaming Nintendo games and his reaction to things. And in 2019, he started having a mental breakdown for everyone to see on social media. Keemstar, the philosopher, decided it was a good idea to get him on the news right after having a mental breakdown, and he just kept using him and
yeah, he literally just wanted to use Etika for views because he saw it as like a theme. He saw it as like something entertaining to just show his audience rather than treating the situation as a serious episode. This man was really going through shit, and this nigga was like, so let's laugh at this guy. I want to see what he's going through. This will be some crazy clicks.
Talking about him for the news. Sadly, on June 19th, 2019, Etika passed away due to... And right after the news broke, everyone pretty much just started pointing the finger at Keemstar because who else would they do? This man brought someone who was mentally ill on his channel for views and money. I'm not gonna go as far to say he was the reason why, like some people do. I feel like that's pretty disingenuous. But what we do know is that he definitely didn't help. It's sad too because Etika was only going to get bigger, and if someone helped him back then he would have still been alive today. This is probably the longest part of the video, but Keemstar is just such a villain on this platform. I think he's certified in the spot I put him in. There's so much more, but let's move on to the next person who single-handedly ruined a generation of impressionable kids back in 2016.
Oh shit, I know who this is. Leafy.
Leafy is here.
I know
Leafy is here was the person the internet never asked for and never needed. If you don't know, Leafy is here was known for uploading videos roasting people. And his videos would pretty much work like this. First, he would title the video in all caps to captivate people. Then he would...
Oh my god, dude, I remember this era. And the sad thing is, I used to be a huge Leafy fan at the time too. At the time when Leafy was blowing up, I think this was 2015 to 2017. And at the time, I was literally 15 because I was born 2000. So I was 15, 16, 17. I was literally that target audience. But no, I think 2017 was when his run started to slow down. But 2016 was his fucking golden year. I'm telling you, this nigga was getting 5 to 6 million views. And his viewers would just tune in and just watch him shit on some random dude on the internet. Imagine gathering a whole football stadium of people seeing you clown on one person. That's insane. And this is way back in 2015. Way before YouTube became as industrialized as it is today, with all these Mr. Beast fucking clones getting tens of millions of views each video. Leafy was beyond his time, but even then, it was just fucked. You said, I fuck with your music, that shit is fire. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Remember when he gave you bread like a while back during that whole situation? You know the name? Yeah. Nah, Keemstar, he gave me bread, but then he fucking took the money back like a greedy ass nigga.
Start the video with...
But hey, can I be mad? He did give the money out for the kindness of his heart, but he just wanted to look good on camera. It's funny because had she not have given me my money back, he probably would have just like let me keep the money just so that he looked good. He always wants to bring himself into a situation so that it like makes his image look good.
Proceed to absolutely and completely bludgeon the out of them on everything they do in the video. Seriously,
Yeah,
like
that's why
people
Leafy
think
stopped
what,
posting.
I Show Speed is a bad influence to kids? Wait until you see a goddamn Leafy is Here video. Absolutely
Yeah.
anyone could get in Leafy's videos. It did not matter what you were. Your age didn't matter, your gender didn't matter, your race didn't matter, your sexual orientation.
He would cook anybody. He did not give a fuck. And I think that's why people liked him at the time.
Didn't matter, your wealth didn't matter. If you were a living, breathing human being on this planet that uploaded a video on YouTube, you had a chance to get roasted by Leafy. And let's just say this backfired on him many, many times.
Yo, is this person f***ing retarded? I'm not
Fuck.
trying to be like
Oh shit. That did not age well at all. Oh my god, that did not age well. Oh my god. Oh, that did not age well. I don't have anything to say to that, bro. Bruh, he was wild. And the fact that we all laughed at this shit too back in 2016, that's even crazier, bro. We were all like mini psychopaths, bro. Oh.
I really can't tell. Like, I know some people are gonna be like, oh, it's obvious. I honestly have no idea. So, you know, I'm not gonna touch this shit. It's not worth it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
even calling his content roast was a stretch. This man was straight up a Disney middle
That
school
is
bully.
wild, bro.
Keep in mind too, this was the shit that kids was watching when I was in middle school to high school. He had all the so-called edgy kids telling their friends in Skype group chats to drink bleach and say KYS to each other. And those same kids to
Yeah.
this day still rock that Leafy is Here profile picture. The worst part about Leafy too is that it wasn't like he was some teeny tiny small channel on this platform. This man Leafy had 4.9 million subs before he was banned.
That was the crazy part too. He had a whole damn cult fan base of just wanting to tune into his next bullying session.
That is humongous, even to
I never
today's
watched
standard.
Leafy.
And
I
I
was more
can
of a Rice Gum dude. The thing is, I would say I was probably like I was into all of them because I just liked the whole YouTube community. I never really had a favorite, but Rice Gum definitely was unique though with the diss tracks and whatnot. I just liked Leafy a little bit more because he just gave no fucks, bruh. He just said anything. But yeah.
I can't even sit up here two-faced and lie to you guys. I watched a couple of these videos back then too. But it was popular and everyone was watching it back then. Don't get mad at me, motherfuckers. I remember distinctly going up to my friends in school and seeing them with the goddamn CSGO surf gameplay on their screens. The main
yeah.
problem with Leafy and his whole downfall was how big he was. 4.9 million people would just actively tune in every day to see a man bully someone for no reason on the
Exactly my point. That's literally what I just said. Crazy.
internet. And whenever Leafy made one of these roasting videos, his entire subscriber base would find the person's account he roasted and do a giant virtual jumping session, sending every type of sinful comment in the book. And keep in mind, this was the internet in 2016. It was kids who were in their edgy era and didn't hold back on anything.
Yeah, we did not give a fuck. Oh my god, what the hell's up with this man's face?
This was also a problem because he never actually put a disclaimer telling his audience not to attack people, which led to times like when he roasted an actual autistic man and all of his fans started to send death threats to the guy. The guy
Oh yeah, I remember that. And he actually wanted to, like, he just became super depressed.
ended up posting a video crying over it and asking why this is even happening to him. So you can slowly start to see why YouTube maybe didn't want a guy like that on their platform. It was only after all of the pressure that he started adding some disclaimers, but the damage
Shit,
was
that's
already
crazy.
done.
Yeah, it
Leafy's
is.
legacy is still left behind as someone who bullied kids online for money and is certified as a YouTube villain. Next up is one of the most humble people that have ever graced this.
I mean, Leafy had a good run though. I mean, he came and did what he did. But unfortunately, bro, yeah, it doesn't age well, especially in this current state of YouTube.
Thank God for his existence, right? Rice Gum. It is
Oh.
facts that you can't make a YouTube list about shitty YouTubers without mentioning Brian Lee, aka Rice Gum. If you don't know, Rice Gum was a YouTuber who mainly got popular for roasting kids. It was
Yeah, I
specifically
remember
his
that.
series of
These kids must be stopped.
These Kids Must Be Stopped that skyrocketed him to fame. And if you were on YouTube back then, you would remember that everyone was putting Must Be Stopped in their title. He would also do diss tracks on the people he beefed with on his channel, which were literally all Musically kids not older than 12 years old. Really thinking of it, his rise to fame was just beefing with kids online as a grown-ass man. I couldn't even imagine me actively engaging with conflict against some other kid YouTuber at my grown-ass age. But
Yeah, but if it gave him the bag, bro, you can't really be complaining. Shit, if I got paid for arguing with little kids on the daily basis, I would take that job.
You know what? I would excuse the bullying if these diss tracks were some heat. And holy shit, were these diss tracks some hot ass.
Metro doesn't trust you, so I had to do this. All your fans are 10, they don't know what they are doing. Rolling up your sleeves, boy, you was looking stupid.
Blood was never cooking in the Rice Scum studio.
Yeah, bro. Nah, that shit was cold at all. You gotta uncook that. Toss that shit back into the oven, bro.
But it wasn't his awful diss tracks or music that made him a true YouTube villain. It was a couple of things. Number one being his obsession with flexing on kids. I cannot emphasize enough how glad I am this whole flexing era died out. Because holy shit, was this the most god-awful era online. I swear, this man Rice Scum would get a boner in his pants just thinking the next time he could record a video and flex his designer clothes to people. He also loved to call people—
that whole arc was annoying as shit. It was, like, low-key.
—irrelevant, even if they had the tiniest of followers under what he had. It was like his ultimate attack, and he spammed an overdrive to the point it was actually just his identity. His mom could conceive a new
irrelevant. Bro would say that shit all the time.
Child, and he'd look at it straight before it's out the womb and be like,
oh yeah, I remember Lil Tay.
We've also got the classics from Rice Scum, like when he was talking—
people would say Lil Tay was Rice Scum's little sister or something,
to a R-word victim and said— you know, I think most people have seen it, but let me just play the video.
I told this dude no, I don't want it, and then like I was like drunk, and then yeah, and so that's why I don't really count that. But
what, he you?
Yeah, I mean,
did you sue him and shit or not? What the? No, but did it feel good though?
Top tier Rice Scum comedy back then. Then there China and was being disrespectful to the people.
Yeah, I remember that.
The time he promoted a goofy fake scam website on his channel. The time he made his ex-girlfriend sign a contract so he could take 10% of her Instagram.
No, for real.
The
like,
time
I don't blame him.
You know what? There's already too many videos talking about Rice Scum. I think I've talked about him enough. I didn't even mention the fact that his clickbait game was deplorable. This man was using boobs, butts, tatas, punanis, and everything in his thumbnails for his 12-year-old audience to click on the videos. Just look at some of these classic videos from Rice Scum. Can I touch your butt?
Oh my god. I remember when this shit dropped too. I was talking to Nah, I don't even want to talk about that situation.
Can I eat your booty? Can you girls turn me on?
Oh my god, bro. We actually watched this shit too. 8 million views, bro? Were we just retarded?
Summer Rae's ass alone deserves about 30% of Rice Scum's lifetime channel profits.
Yeah,
the last time I've seen Rice Scum in the main
was
about 30% of
And I remember this yoga challenge video. I helped him with the thumbnail.
Rice Scum's lifetime channel profits. The last time I've seen Rice Scum in the mainstream was the whole Save the Kids token scam, which of course Rice Scum would go down in a way like that, and he's just—
oh no, I helped out with the thumbnail on Summer's channel, not Rice's.
Certified as a YouTube villain. Next is a formidable opponent to Rice Scum, but he had an even younger, shittier fan base. J-Station. I swear, J-Station must have been a test from God that shows how far degeneracy can be taken in society. If you don't know J-Station, he was a YouTuber who got popular off the format of 3 a.m., which is pretty much just putting any title in a YouTube video and then slapping 3 a.m. next to it. But for some reason, brain dead kids just love this content. They eat it up to this day. I would say people normally didn't care with this content at first, so you could just write it off as kids content for money. But then he started doing drastic things like challenges on celebrities who died. XXX Tentacion on a Ouija board challenge at 3 a.m. Mac Miller Spear Box challenge at 3 a.m. Edico Ouija board challenge at 3 a.m. And the worst—
I don't mean to laugh at this. I'm just laughing at how ridiculous this is. This man, you gotta be at least some level of self-aware to know what you're doing. This nigga really just did not give a fuck.
The video the day after he was
right after
I don't
he was like dead. Oh, views, like, okay.
My channel literally reaches 10 views per video. I'm never going down this bad. But by far the worst one J-Station
it would piss me off too.
He faked his own girlfriend's death for views.
That was dumb.
He uploaded a video crying online and acting emotional, saying his girlfriend passed away in a drunk driving accident. Even for someone like J-Station, the YouTube community was still giving him his condolences on his loss. But then you cannot make this up. This motherfucker posted a video that was a 3 a.m. Ouija board challenge on his dead girlfriend. This was so—
hey, yo, that's crazy. Imagine people feeling sympathy for you for your girlfriend dying, then all of a sudden she ain't even dead, bro. That's the dumbest shit ever, bro.
About it, every news station was covering it because no one could truly believe someone would ever stoop that low.
That
Everyone collectively came together after that on YouTube to demand this man be tapped off the platform. And YouTube smoked him out, banning him completely from ever making a single piece of garbage ever again. Well, Tommy, isn't freedom of speech? First off, no, this man violated every single rule in the book on this platform. And second off, let's just go over some other things J-Stick did. Like when he posted a video copying Logan Paul's infamous Force video for views, or when he stole a YouTuber's Fortnite gameplay and posted it without his permission. Then when the YouTuber told him to take down the video because it wasn't his actual gameplay, he told the person to KYS and that he's getting more views so it doesn't matter.
This guy is unhinged. He's really, oh my god. He's like that psychopath that like gets away with a crime and he's like, yeah, I did it. What are you gonna do now? Got the cops on me? Nigga, what? Yo.
Last but not least, when he uploaded a video of him supposedly
buying a slave off the dark web.
Videos, I've noticed that there's actually been slaves for sale on the dark web, guys. I'm still like button right now. Let's hit 40,000 likes. Tonight we are.
Yo, what? This Yo.
Saving one of their lives, guys. This is not cheap. They all go.
Like unfiltered tap water. Some tap water is clean, but unfiltered. That shit probably got lead and all types of shit in it.
For $10,000.
Yeah, it's safe to say that he cemented himself as a YouTube villain. Next is a man from one of the worst eras of YouTube known as pranking.
Oh yeah, I remember. Vitaly!
Vitaly out of everyone here is truly the embodiment of a villain. He literally wears a hat that says he's a villain and calls himself a villain occasionally, so it only makes sense he's here. If you don't know Vitaly, he was a YouTuber who got big off the pranking era on YouTube. And when I say pranking,
nah, this was like way early. I'm talking about like OG pranking era of YouTube, like 2012 to 2014 type shit, probably even earlier.
Let me be very specific. Pranks that were fake as about 99% of pranks back then were—
oh yeah, FouseyTube, of course, yeah. All those pranks were fake. They had to make something entertaining. None of this shit was real.
Fake, and it was never more obvious than when Vitaly was posting content. Every time any of these prank channels posted back then, the people would just get mad at the slightest inconveniences ever. It could be as little as a accidental shoulder brush, and the person will respond to it like, nigga, did you just brush my—
Nah, that's facts though. That's facts. Hey, he said I'm just now peeping your comment, Mercy. You said Yo, I'm dying way too much. I'm sorry, bro. Okay.
my shoulder. Oh, it's on site now. I mainly hated these channels because of the whole
in the hood era.
They would really post the most staged pranks ever and always use the most thuggish black stereotypes for the act.
Yo, and they always be niggas that look like they just came straight from a 2004 rap music video too.
Sagging pants, golden chains, pistols under the belt, and when they post these fake pranks, I will never forget me.
You in the UK?
Scrolling through the comment section and seeing a clan meeting talking about
how chopped
are we really surprised here? It's always their kind and no others. Is it really a coincidence? And Vitaly was a part of that problem too. But people really didn't care, and it wasn't really his downfall. He also started to do things to go viral differently, like when he just started streaking sports events. He went to the World Cup in 2014 and streaked it.
Oh, I remember that.
NBA Finals in 2017 and streaked it.
Bro, Vitaly did not give a fuck, man.
Went to an MLB game in 2017 and streaked it. Probably did them a favor. Who the f still watches baseball? Vitaly was just committing acts of YouTube terror in real life.
Yeah, he did not care at all.
Until YouTube assassinated him and completely demonetized his channel, which is like a burn to the stake. And skipping some chapters of the story later, we ended up with a coked up steroid using Vitaly loose on the streets.
This
to put
era
the final
was ridiculous.
determination into him being a YouTube villain, he got arrested for attacking a woman in 2022.
Yeah,
for
then
no
he
reason.
like
to this day,
he punched her or something. I don't know what the full story is, but he like punched her and like she called the cops on him and stuff. I don't know what he was on drugs though. I think they said that he was like intoxicated or something, but even then, maybe he just hated women or some shit.
No one understands why he did it. Like, there was zero reason for him to just randomly lunge at this woman on the street. The last time I heard of him was when he was in a press conference of a boxing match. I'm gonna be honest, there's like a solid 10 of these a year. I don't even remember which one it was. But this man...
I'm even surprised like he can even get into these boxing matches considering his like track record.
Look like an actual serial killer there.
Yeah,
You're
he
telling me
does.
if you put a Jason mask on this man, he wouldn't look like a carbon copy of him? We need to keep this man off the streets at all costs. And the last of the Sinister Six, the one to fully complete the set and put the cherry on top is EDP 445.
All right, Mercy.
I don't think it's really shocking that EDP is on this list. This is probably the least surprising one. I also don't know what the I can even say about.
Of course, EDP. Dude, even before the whole, like, cupcake situation, I always kind of just had, like, a weird feeling about this motherfucker, bro. Like, this man was a big-ass YouTuber. He was rich. He had a decent fan base, but he always just... I don't know. Like, some of his jokes weren't hitting. He was just kind of, like, weird to me.
About EDP that hasn't been said already. If you don't know what EDP did at this point, then you must have been isolated from society in the past 3 years. You probably don't even know COVID exists. I'm not gonna go over it in depth because there's really no points. But in a nutshell, EDP 445 was caught in 4K, AK 16K, Ultra HD high caliber definition, trying to meet up
Ultra
with the line.
HD
And
high
the
caliber.
impact this situation that's left on the YouTube community is kind of crazy. Anytime anyone on YouTube refers to some pedo online doing weird things, people just refer to them as an EDP now. Imagine having your name just instantly associated with the term so much that...
Can't he not get a real job anymore because his fans have been harassing him? Apparently, he tried to change his name. And then when he changed his name, they still found him again. And he's just fucked, man. But now he's on TikTok and streaming there and making money there. I don't know why they haven't banned him. But...
people use
You
it
said
as a
Fat
starter.
Burger? Yeah.
Safe to say that
Right, yeah,
EDP
what's good with
deserves
you,
a
bro?
spot as a notorious YouTube villain. So that about does it for my YouTube villains, and each of them holds up in a different type of way. It's kinda poetic in a way. Imagine everyone went down as a villain in the same type of way. That would be too boring. They've all sinned in different types of ways, and it's why I like to call them the Sinister Six of YouTube. Also, shout out to Sunny V2 and Internet J. I got a lot of info from their videos for this one. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.